Guys, welcome to our season 1 finale with the one, the only Julien Lunsford.
Oh my gosh, that was so great. You guys have to listen to our first episode if you haven't listened to it before this one. But even if you just want to listen to this one, actually, it's a recap of her solo trip for her 30th birthday to Paris. And I think Nina and I were both just very curious to hear from her. And she started The Artist Way and like to catch up from what we first talked to her about with like her career and becoming a photographer. And she just has a lot of guts and bravery and confidence in what she does. And she's gone for it. And so we're learning a lot from her. And her solo trip was just like everything. It was honest about her fears, what she got out of it, certain things she was doing with photography. So I don't want to give it all away, but I got so much out of that. And I'm just really grateful she came back twice because I think it was a really cool thing to like check in on everything. Yeah.
No, I'm obsessed with her. Yeah, if you guys want to listen
awesome.
to her first episode giving a whole backstory, it's episode 11. But yeah, I just got so much out of listening to a really strong woman who's running her own business and then going on a solo trip to Paris of all places. I'm like going on a solo trip like down the road is one thing to Paris.
I know.
Yeah, I could feel the way she talked about like having to be present in these moments and how to deal with boredom and how to overcome her fears that she was like, her biggest thing was like, I'm an only child. I know how to be alone, but like this brought out a whole nother level of like intentionality and creativity.
Yeah.
And I just really enjoyed our conversations. I mean, I always do. She's such a winner.
I know she is a winner. That's the best way to put it. I just I feel like that type of energy is infectious. If you have any like doubts or fears or curiosities, she's very calm, but like she's a follow through,
Yeah.
And we love that. We love a follow through.
She's steady. Yeah, she's like a calm, steady force.
Yes.
I love soaking in her energy.
For sure.
But yeah, we hope you guys enjoy our season finale episode, and we'll catch you on the next season next year.
We'll see you in 2026. Okay, love you guys.
Welcome back, people.
Hello, we're here. Finale.
Hi.
Season finale.
Season finale here with Julien Lunsford.
Welcome back, Julien.
Oh my gosh, I'm so glad you're back here. Our episode was like one of my favorites of all time.
Mm-hmm. Me too.
It was so much fun. I had to re-listen to it this week just to like refresh my memory, be like, what do we talk about? Like, what should we like go back to? And it was just so fun.
How did it feel listening back?
Loved it. I mean, I listened when it came out, of course. And it was fun. I feel like I blacked out and forgot half of the things I said in real time. So listening to it again, I was like, oh, wow, what an interesting conversation that we had.
But if you guys are interested in listening to that, we get into like episode 11, we get into her whole story of how she became a photographer, her photography business. And when at the end of the episode, we ended on the note that she was going to venture off to Paris for a solo trip. So we're picking it back up around there. But first, we were together this weekend and it was so much fun.
But first, Nina threw a killer holiday party on Saturday.
That took years off my life.
I want to hear everything.
Nina, how long was your recovery?
A solid 48 hours. I ate Chinese food in bed 2 nights in a row.
Were people having fun? Is that what I'm hearing?
Oh, I think people were having fun. People were walking in and I was like, we have one goal tonight, everybody. Like, I was like on my bullshit for sure.
I love that.
It was so fun.
Yeah, I was making Julien drinks all night. Every time I would hand her a drink, I go, listen, it's very strong. And she's like, you say that every time. I'm still going to drink it. I'm like, okay, whatever.
Hey, they tasted great. I like my drinks a little strong. They were indeed stiff. They were to the head.
You don't waste. You don't waste the.
They might as well have been martinis. No, all-time favorite drink. It's vodka, club soda, and then fresh lemon and fresh lime. Easy peasy. Go heavy on the vodka. If it's too heavy, if the vodka's too heavy, you just add another lemon. Lemon and vodka, they cancel each other out.
I like the lemon and the lime.
Yeah, of course. You need like a citrus boost. It's refreshing. It's delicious. Love it.
They were delicious.
Wait, last question, and then we'll move into Julian's gonna, just give us all the deets. But I know you guys met in college, obviously. So at the party, are there like mutual friends?
Yeah. Kat.
Yeah,
good old friend Kat.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
Oh my gosh.
Fun.
No, Nina, I know so many of you and Kat's friends, but I walked in and I was like overstimulated. There were so many people I wanted to catch up with that I hadn't seen in years. And it
Oh,
was just
cool.
the best time. I always love your friends. Like I was texting Kat the day after and I'm like, I always love seeing her
Oh
and
my
her
God.
people and you and your people,
Back
Nina.
around.
Wait, I
Oh
love
yeah.
it.
We're a good
This is
time
so
crowd.
fun. This is so
You
fun.
are.
Well, I'm
Well, it
glad you
was
had
Good.
fun. It was a really fun time. I had the best time.
Yeah. Yeah. And you got a lot of great donations, I saw.
Yes.
That's
Yep.
awesome.
Yeah, I'm dropping everything off on Friday, I believe. We're recording this on Tuesday for everyone listening. But yeah, a lot of good donations. I really enjoy doing that. I want to do it again every year, bigger, better. I mean, it's just like, it just puts you in the holiday mood. Which Caroline and I were talking about this on the last episode. It's like, we need to recognize the amount that we live in excess and like how much we have the ability to give back. And then also how easy it is. And then also you can look really good while you do it. Like there's no really rules about this. You make
Gonna
it
have
work. Yeah. You just make your own lane and then you go work for it. Like, come on. So yeah, I really enjoy doing that. 100% will do it again. And maybe even incorporate it to like more than just a holiday party every year, like birthday parties and things. Like, why not?
Yeah, why not? I love that combo mission, right? It's like
Yeah,
kind of gives everyone a little bit of like a purpose too, you know? Like
totally.
showing up to this thing, they bring something, everyone feels good. So
Yeah, it was
love
just good
that,
vibes
Nina.
all around. I just love it.
Totally. Brava, hostess. You
Thank
killed
you.
it. I had so
Thank
much
you.
fun. But yes, my recovery too was up until Tuesday.
Yeah, I was borderline in a coma all day Sunday. I couldn't even see.
Julian's like still today, right now.
Literally.
Like today was my first really good, rested,
Hangovers
non-groggy
now
day.
are like
It's a
Oh my
fight for your life.
gosh.
It's a fight for your life. It's a
Yes.
question. You do the whole like circle of life.
Yes. You question everything. You meet God. Like it's like a whole thing.
It's
And you know
spiritual.
what?
Oh,
It's all spiritual, especially when you're talking to us. I'm like, Sam, in my dream last night, he's like, please shut up. Like,
It's not that deep, bro.
I'm like,
You had
everything's
4
that deep.
martinis. Shut the fuck up.
Yeah, no, literally. I was like, and we need to order Chinese food. He's like, okay, that's enough.
Oh my gosh. Well,
Okay, amazed.
I'm
Jealous
just
I wasn't
obsessed
there.
with
Yes.
yeah, honestly.
I mean, I get
Whatever.
it. Like
Yeah.
a plane ride across the country wouldn't be worth it, but we missed you.
No, in its own way, in its own way. But sorry, Julian, I interrupted you. 3 cooks in the kitchen today. We're probably going to be doing a little bit of that, guys. But what were you going to say?
I was just gonna like start my compliments of you girls because I'm just so obsessed and proud. And like, even just since I've been on, you guys have done so much and had so many amazing interviews. I've listened to all of them. And I was just thinking how impressed I am by like how well rounded your topics are. I loved Annie with the therapy and the yoga.
Yes.
And then
She's
Abby,
awesome.
like just creative entrepreneurial. That's such a hard word, but you know what I mean.
Totally. I
Genius.
can't say it either.
It's so hard every time.
I know.
But I just feel like you're like touching on everything I'm personally obsessed with. But even if someone isn't obsessed with every single topic, it's like there's something for everyone, and that's so cool. But I feel like I'm like you're like market listener, whatever.
Target
like,
audience?
I'm like target
Are you in our
audience. I'm like
target audience?
totally every single thing you guys talk about. I'm obsessed.
Oh
So,
God. Well, I'm
love you
obsessed with
guys.
you. No, that means so much because
It
Caroline and
does.
I were just talking about like we've done a lot of reflection towards the end of like this is final episode of season 1. Like we're like it's unbelievable. One, like the growth that we've like literally been able to see just from sitting down every week and like, sometimes you're forcing yourself to put out an episode. Sometimes it's easy, like, but just being the consistency with it. But then also now kind of like finding our niche of like kind of the direction that we want to go in and how our interests are like not playing into those things. Because that's what we're doing. We're following our interests and the things that we like, but then it is kind of creating a niche of its own. So that's just really refreshing to hear because it means so much. Like it really does mean so much. This is my most meaningful project I've ever done.
Yeah. And I do think like on that second everything Nina said, but like I think our tone or like our confidence even shifted with your episode because I think we were like, oh, this is great. Like that conversation was so great. Like you were affirming us in that episode 2 that like you understood the message and like what we're trying to get across and you're actively living it. And so it just started to create that community right there. And then like it felt easy to add 2 more and like you know, I think we wanted to do more like solos until we like grow in our interviewing skills and like we even flush out what we're talking about. So it's like the first season kind of just being like, these are things we're interested in. It all weaves together and like to get a little bit of like that you're enjoying it or like even just one episode being meaningful to you, it means a lot to us. So thanks. And thanks for being a part of it and coming back and telling us about Paris. Oh my God.
No, I'm so excited to hear about this trip.
I'm so excited. But you guys are incredibly naturally gifted at this as well. Last thing.
yeah.
But like you really
Thank you.
are. Like you're both awesome storytellers, great communicators, so smart, of course. So yeah, I mean, yeah, you're meant for this. It's like perfect.
Wow, thank
But
you.
I digress. I could compliment you guys for a long time, but we'll talk about Paris.
Oh my
Yes.
gosh.
Okay,
No, I
kick
want to
us
hear
off.
all about it.
Tell us, no detail too small. Tell us like how you felt. Because I know we talked about it at the end, but like just for a listener, like tell us how you felt making that decision, a little bit of what prompted it, and then obviously go into how it was getting there and how everything felt.
Okay. Well, for any listener who hasn't yet listened to our last episode together, episode 11, I think you said, Nina, I took a trip for my 30th birthday for 8 days by myself to Paris. And it was my first time ever traveling alone, dove straight into the deep end, went straight to Europe all by myself. And I had a lot of mixed feelings about this trip, but as I kind of shared on our last episode, my therapist, God bless her, miss her, she's on maternity leave. I really miss her.
Whoa.
But she helped me like frame this trip in a really gorgeous way because I was feeling a little self-conscious about going alone.
Of course.
Because it's like most people spend their birthdays, especially the big ones, like any big milestone, typically people spend with friends, family, significant others, etc. So I felt a little strange doing it by myself. And she helped me think about it in a way that was more so celebrating me being by myself, because I have been on this like journey of starting my business by myself, and I've just, been doing a lot of things on my own, paving this new way for myself. So it was fun to get to go celebrate myself by myself. And I'm an only child. It's kind of easy for me to be alone. I enjoy my own company a lot. As a business owner, a solopreneur, I'm alone a lot regardless. And I've just learned to really enjoy it. I'm never bored by myself. I'm straight content when I'm alone for the most part.
That's huge, honestly.
Thanks. Not to say I don't like need people and support, because I do, but I had all the support that I needed to go on this trip alone, which was beautiful.
Gotcha. So that got you in the mindset of being like, I'm getting on the plane.
I can do this.
Yep. But then real time, you're on the plane. What are you feeling? Like,
let me tell you.
And that's where it's like, I do, because I want to get into like, you said you had no trouble with boredom, but like, what were like your challenging moments in this? I just picture this being a thing that more women should do. I think the ability for us to spend alone times with ourselves and our own thoughts and our own processes is kind of where we find our superpower, or even connect with that inner voice in a world that's always, maybe not wanting that voice to be heard. So that's where it's like, I think that this trip is so powerful, and what I want to get across to a listener, or even like myself, of like, the challenges you face with it, but also like the superpowers that came from this intentional connection with yourself in a challenging moment. So yeah, take it away, sister.
Yes. Well, yes, to everything you said, it felt really empowering to go do it by myself, especially just as a woman, because naturally I'm very paranoid as well too. Like,
I mean, we're taught to be like, that's
the
normal.
movie Taken ruined all of our fucking lives.
Right.
Yeah. They're like,
and everyone kept saying that to me too before this trip. They're like, well, have you seen Taken? I'm like,
yep.
Please.
It's like the narrative is just so,
it's so ingrained. It's ingrained.
Easy. Yeah.
And it's, unfortunately, just like reality as a woman. But on the positive flip side is that really I did find empowerment in going alone, because I wasn't scared once I got there and I saw my surroundings and I saw the people who were walking the streets with me and staying in the same area as me or serving me at the restaurant. I felt so safe and so comfortable. And the whole notion of French people being rude to Americans, blah, blah, I couldn't have found it less true. However, I was just like a quiet American girl on my own. So
Sure.
maybe if you're like a loud American amongst a bunch of other loud Americans, you're asking for it. But everyone was so amazing and kind. And it was really empowering to do it by myself. But I will say I was so nervous. I'm never really nervous about traveling or flights or anything. But on the way to the airport, I was like trembling.
Really?
I was on the phone, like nervous stomach, all that type of stuff.
Yes. And then the whole flight, I was pretty down bad with anxiety. I felt a lot of doubt, a lot of, am I making the right decision? A lot of like, what the fuck, what the fuck have I done? Can't believe I'm doing this.
Did you know, did you have any idea of like what you were like looking for in yourself for this trip? Or were you just like, I need to go on this trip and then
was it a
I'm
calling?
open? Yeah. Like where, like, was there, I don't know, like, was there something you were looking for? Like whether it's like in the abstract or like physically, like a, you know, opportunity, whatever it is.
I was definitely looking for creative inspiration. And I think I was looking for a way to celebrate myself, kind of like we said. But definitely I was wanting creative inspiration. And I felt like Paris was, I mean, it's the creative capital of the world.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, like you said, traveling alone, I was so present. I got to be so present with everything. I got to just notice everything and take in everything and really hear my own voice. So much journaling, so much artist way morning pages.
I love that.
Yeah.
I love that.
So I was just getting to really be with myself and my thoughts and go deep. And honestly, like, I don't get to be alone with my thoughts often because I'm always busying myself with work, with my to-do list, with my friends. And all of these things are beautiful, but just getting the time to like aimlessly stroll or
it's like
walk around with a camera.
Even if you're at home, you're like, well, the laundry or the dishes.
Yes.
The
like
next
there's
thing.
like, right. Or I'll call my friend, or if you have an animal, gotta let the dog out. Like it's like you can find so much. So it's like you almost have to take yourself out of your environment to like meet yourself on like a neutral setting in a way.
Yeah. And it's like we are in these environments every day that like is the purpose of like this containment in this home. But like I know when I walk in my door, my eyes see about 10 things that are like, I gotta fold that thing. And then I'm gotta put those dishes away. Oh, I gotta put that bag back in my closet. And I gotta put that hat back on the thing. And then you're completely just from whatever thought you had before the door, it's gone. And now you're into new things. And it's never really this space of like new, there's not like that much newness you see in your town or your city on a daily, like unless you really like push yourself. And I think that's the beauty of the artist's way is pushing once a week to go do that maybe. So it's like you are taking that artist state to a whole nother level of I'm gonna do 8 days of this and everything you see is gonna be new, maybe a little scary, but like you're having to confront your own feelings and thoughts constantly because there is no comfort. You can create a little comfort maybe like halfway through the trip, but the first few days you're just like you got to like make choices and really be present for them.
Yeah, and I had to allow myself to wait, it's kind of funny. I feel like I literally had to go to Paris to let go, to allow myself to let go. That's how dire it was and how much I don't let myself do it in my everyday life sometimes.
Do you mean like let go of control or what? If you're willing to share.
Yeah, let go of my expectations to be productive, I would say. And let go of control. Yeah, that too. I kind of went in without a plan. So it's funny that you bring up control because I am a planner. I like to structure my days pretty heavily. And I, A, didn't really have time to make too much of a plan for Paris. But B, I was like, let's just see how this unfolds and not try to be too rigid about it or have too many expectations. And I kind of touched on that on the last episode. I had some photography projects in mind but I didn't want to hold myself to some really rigid standards, which, by the way, I did. We'll get to it. But something else crazy that happened was the second day there. So my first full day, I was in the middle of delivering a wedding gallery, and I didn't get to it on the plane. I kept it was like almost done. It was inches away from being complete, and all I had to do was upload it, right? But I didn't get to it on the plane, so I was like, okay, my first full day there, I'm going to go find a cute coffee shop, which I did, and I went to it every day. I loved it. I'm going to go find a cute coffee shop, and I'm going to sit there with my computer for a little while and my journal and my books, and I'm just going to upload the gallery. Well, my computer, I get there, it turns on, and then it turns off and wouldn't turn back on. It crashed, basically, is like what I was chalking it up to. I'm like,
Dude,
okay,
the universe is so funny.
I hear
like
you.
That. No, that's a sense of humor.
Whoa.
God has a sense of humor.
So gallery doesn't get delivered. I carry on the rest of the trip without touching pretty much any work. I took some phone calls, but like I haven't not opened my laptop in a week. I genuinely just couldn't even tell you the last time I did that. So that was insane. And then guess what? I got home, plugged in my laptop, turned on. So
No.
What?
This is another example.
This is the shit. This is the shit.
This
it's real.
is the shit. It's so real. It's like
so
because and people, this is how powerful you are. If you truly sit down and your heart, mind and soul set an intention for something, the universe will deliver.
It doesn't give you an option, but to
no, because it's going to go, oh, you really want that? Test. Oh, you really want to let go? I don't see you letting go with that computer. Test. And you're like, oh my God. You're like, oh, I want to see what I'm made of. It's like careful. It's like, have you ever heard the phrase like careful what you pray for? Because it's like
careful what you wish for, careful what you pray for, careful what you ask for. It is very true.
It's very true. But also, it's what you needed. Yeah, that's insane. Oh gosh.
It was a crazy sign.
I love how you took it though. It sounds like you accepted it and you let go.
Mm-hmm.
I did reluctantly, but I did. And, it kind of also forced me to shoot film, which I'll connect these dots because I feel like that doesn't really make sense. But I had this plan. I brought like way too many cameras, as I always do. Mm-hmm. And if I shot digital, I totally would have uploaded my photos every night and like wanted to like edit them. But actually, I also forgot to pack the cord that would have let me do that. So immediately editing is out of the question. I realized as soon as I get in the car to the airport, I'm like, shit, I forgot my like uploader cord. I'm not going to be able to download any of these photos and like work on them. But then my computer crashed anyway. So I shot a lot of film, which was beautiful. And another fun synchronicity, I'm very much on the portion of Artist's Way that talks a lot about synchronicities. Mm-hmm. So I already look for them like a psychopath. Like I'll crash my car trying to read a sign or something.
Control freak.
I'm
looking
at every
must find the signs.
Must find them, or if I miss them, something's gonna happen to me. Like it's literally the way I relate to that so hard.
Totally. Oh my gosh.
Like is that a butterfly? Like
yeah, I'm like, what does that say? What are those numbers?
Yeah, what were those numbers?
I do that
turn
too.
the car around.
Yeah,
no. Wouldn't recommend.
Yeah, no, people don't try this at home.
Second synchronicity. Yes.
Another cool synchronicity. My second day, I think it was the same day that my computer crashed. It was my first like full day in Paris. I went to this garden. It was called the Luxembourg Garden. I hope I'm saying that right. Most favorite place that I went the entire trip. It's just a gorgeous garden, but it has a park feel. It's big. There's a beautiful castle in the middle of it. Everyone gathers there, sits around this little pond structure thing. It was magical. And I was walking around with my little film camera, and this lady kind of like smiles me down. I don't know. I saw her looking at me. I felt her looking at me. I look back. She's smiling. I'm like, does she want to chat? What should I do? So we like make eye contact, and she says hello. I say hello, and she turned out to be a photographer. She saw my camera, so we're talking about photography, like what kind of cameras we're both carrying, blah, blah, blah. Turns out she was a photographer from Seattle, and I asked her what she was here for. And she was here for this massive photo exhibit. It's called Paris Photo, that happens once a year. And it's literally
I just got chills.
like the biggest photography exhibition in the world. And I had no idea of this thing. Okay.
What?
Dude, it's too crazy.
Too crazy.
That's like coincidence my ass.
And it's all happening like right when you get there too. Like all in the first
It's literally
48
your
hours.
manifestations coming to fruition in real time.
Yeah.
You're like, I want my connect with my creativity. I'm looking for inspiration. I'm looking to let go. And it really does happen that quickly when the intention is strong. And then the action is taken to match the intention. The action of you going to Paris amplified those manifestations.
The more extreme the
I view
action, the more extreme synchronicities you're going to get back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, you guys just articulated that so beautifully. I love it.
Sorry, we were like too excited. We just interrupted the story.
No, it's too magic.
It is. So you find out there's a photo expo, which is this like, is this where photographers come and they like, what happens?
So basically, it was in the Grand Palais, which also is stunning, gorgeous, magical, perfect. And it's just this massive palace that they like transform the whole inside and just have little, I don't want to say booths, but just little sections, hundreds and hundreds of sections of different photographers exhibiting their work. I don't know how they go about picking the people, but it's just like if you're chosen, you're obviously fucking awesome and very talented and got the huge honor of being exhibited in this in Paris Photo. So yeah, I mean, if photographers go, locals go, it's a huge deal. The lady was like, listen to me, Google this and you will understand why you can't miss this. And I did. And yeah, I was like, oh my gosh, I cannot miss this. So that was really cool. I did that on my second to last day, which was a great way to round out my trip.
That's insane.
But I love that. It sounds like it was all working for you.
Sorry, was there anything else in that thought
That's
process?
all on Paris Photo. That was incredible, though. That was, yeah. Carry on, though.
No, I was going to say that like the two words that keep popping out to me are boredom and presence when it comes to this experience, but also just like necessary things that I feel like human beings nowadays are really detached from. I was listening to a different podcast today talking about how boredom has now become a skill. You're really good at boredom. Like you could like, I don't know, like it's going to become to a point where people are like, buy my course on how to be bored. Like it's going to get to that extreme.
Do you think because it's the space in which people find the thing that we're all actually looking for without the space?
I think in a world filled with this much distraction, like, right? Because even it's like if you're not even connected to social media, you can still seek out distractions on we have access to so much stuff. Even just getting in your car and driving like a mile down the road, you have access to so much stuff that like intentional boredom is the place where you find that creativity, where you like listen to your intuition. I feel like it's really important for anybody, but especially women, like we're so good at being busy type thing. Did you encounter, like, I know you said you're good at being bored, but did you come across like, you know, it's like you're kind of you get there, you're go, you find the coffee shop, and like you're like doing your thing. But did you ever come across a moment where you were like truly bored and you were like, I don't know, like uncomfortable?
I see what you mean.
Comfortable, maybe, I think is like got to a point of like uncomfortable boredom. And like, what did you do? How did you handle that?
There was one time, my birthday night was a little very uncomfortable, actually.
Tell me more.
My birthday happened the second day there. And, you know, I wake up, I'm go. I have a cute little schedule for myself for the day that went perfectly according to plan. But then I didn't really plan my evening, I guess. And basically 5 o'clock rolls around. It gets dark at like 5:15 there this time of year. So 5:15's rolling around. It's getting a little dark. I'm walking around with this heavy ass camera. I'm like, I have got to sit down. And it is dark. And this film camera is so old, it cannot even see right now. There's nothing to take photos of in this moment. And I have nothing to do. And it's my birthday. Like, what am I doing? And I just stumbled across this random patio. I sit down. I didn't have a reservation. Everyone was there, like drinking and smoking cigarettes. Like, no one's there to have their birthday dinner. Do you know what I mean?
Totally.
No one's there having a luxurious meal or a nice martini on their birthday. And I felt a little defeated in this moment. I was like, I tried to go with the flow and the flow took me in the wrong direction. You know,
Right,
that kind
right.
of thing.
Yeah.
I was like, this is not where I wanted to land, but I'm sure it had some purpose, some lesson. And I kind of just sat with it. I didn't really try to fix it. I was bored and I was uncomfy and it was my 30th birthday and I missed my friends and I was reading all their texts and I was like listening to a voicemail from my brother talking about how, 30 is so exciting. And I'm like, oh my gosh, this is all overwhelming. Can't believe I'm 30. Can't believe I'm alone right now and I'm bored. What am I supposed to do?
There you go.
But
Sometimes
you know what?
there doesn't need to be a big lesson either. There is, I think the impressive part of what you just said is that you sat in it.
Yeah, I do too.
That's, to me, though, I don't know. I think that's the hard part. I don't think the hard part is making up this cosmic thing that it needed to be this way or it didn't go that way or that whatever. I think people are unable to even do the thing you did in the first place, you know?
Well, it was tough. I went home and I journaled and something that was funny about my first couple of nights in Paris was that I literally thought I was going to die if I was out after dark, which it was so not true. And I came to learn that really quickly. I stayed in the 5th arrondissement, which was an awesome area to be in and was so safe. I could walk around at night. But the first 2 days I was horrified to be out after dark. So, like on my birthday, I was probably in my hotel by 6:30 p.m., just sitting there with my little journal and my little books, trying to, find a download. I should have read those pages before I came on here because I'm sure they're loaded with
No, it's great.
something funny.
I can picture it all, like, I mean, in a good way. I think that this is very relatable. Like, I've never gone on a solo trip. Like, you saying these things, I can imagine.
That's not
feeling
true.
a
You
lot-
went to New York.
True.
Yeah. What?
True.
Girl?
And honestly,
Gosh, how was that?
Honestly, it was just for 2-3 days, and I did see a lot of friends there, so I couldn't say it was totally, but it was solo in a lot of ways for me. And I have some fears of being alone. A lot of these things I need to face. And anyway, I think even to your point, I feel like I'm gonna die in the dark. So like me getting to my hotel room earlier is it's like the safe. It's the go-to, it's a safe feeling or whatever, but then you're in there too early and you're like, fuck.
Yeah. I'm like, well, what do I do now?
Like, what am I doing? And I think that there's like, so many levels of this. Like, there's people that maybe don't feel that way at all and they're out. I mean, I don't know. Everyone's different, but I'm just saying I can really relate to what you're saying. And I think that to overly glorify or glamorize like the way that a trip like this actually goes would be like a disservice to like the truth and the lessons and like what people are our age and like maybe wanting to do this experience, like sugarcoating like the little moment you are bored and you're like, oh, it's my birthday, I'm not with anyone, I miss them, or I'm scared to be out past 6:30. But then it sounds like I guess the question is, throughout the week, did you get more comfortable with all these things that you seem to be feeling on the first few days?
Yeah, which was so beautiful. I can remember the first night that I got there, I walked up and down my street at like 5:45. It was just barely dark. And I was so scared. I guess because I was walking around a new place by myself and by myself in a new place in general. And then it was after dark and I just didn't know what to expect yet. So I forced myself to do that. And then by the end of the trip,
which is probably the smart thing. I'm gonna just
Like,
no need to be fearless on the first night. So like, I think that was the smart thing. I just want to like preface that.
Yeah. Well, it's also just be a reality. It's scary. It's like,
Yeah.
we don't know. You don't know.
No, exactly.
But
I mean,
but there is an aspect of overcoming your fears, especially in a situation where you're like alone.
Oh, well, we can talk more about fears because another fear I had to really conquer was the fear of starting my photography project. Guys,
Okay,
the
yeah, tell us
way,
about that.
Yeah, I want to hear about
the
that.
resistance I had, it was insane. So basically, I get there and I do have this pretty concrete idea and vision of what I want to do. So I knew I wanted to like try out some street photography. I've always loved catching candid moments at weddings. That's my favorite part. I love just getting to like observe and actually
Like capturing the vibe.
capture the vibe, capture little tiny things that other people aren't seeing. Like that's just my favorite. So street photography really interested me for that reason. But I did want to start like going up to people eventually and being like, "Hi, can I take your photo?" Because I knew there was going to be so much great fashion in Paris. I knew there was going to be so many cool people, cute people doing cute things in cute places.
Yeah.
And I
Sure.
really wanted to be able to go up and get photos of these people. And unlike a wedding where everyone there expects to have their photo taken and knows why I'm there and knows I'm the photographer, being on the streets of Paris was a totally different internal experience for me because no one knows who I am. I'm a stranger on the street with a photographer. Like that's creepy. It could be creepy if I don't do it right.
Well, you don't give off
So-
creepy vibes. That's a good thing you had that going for you. But
Well,
like
thank you.
it's
It's
still
the dimples.
the dimples, your voice,
Yeah, they're
you're
disarming.
sweet.
They're
This
disarming.
is when it helps to be a woman also, you know?
Yes.
So there's two
But that
sides
is
to
what
the coin.
what an awkward, uncomfortable, weird
Yeah.
situation to put yourself in.
Right.
Interesting how
You're choosing discomfort.
and interesting how that inspiration came in. And then you know it's a real thing when it just doesn't leave you. And then you can
Literally,
like
Nina.
literally picture the pictures in your head and you're like, I'm this
Mhm.
close from it, but I have to go and talk to this person. And then
Yes.
the first one's not going to be good. So I have to go talk to that person and then that person.
Yeah, it can't
Oh
just
my
be
God.
one.
What'd you do? I would have had a wine or a tequila.
Oh, I had 2 cocktails before the first time I went up to somebody. And
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
spoiler alert, it took me until 2 days before I was leaving to finally do it.
That's okay. Look, you did it. You literally did it. Even if you did it with one person, I'd be so proud of you. But it sounds like you did it with more than one.
I did. And I was really proud. I like remember the little voice in my head after I did my second person. I was like, oh my God, like you did too. You did too. Like, let's go. But I was like so nervous and scared to do this all week. And every day I would kind of go out with the intention to do it. And then I would find a reason not to. Like the resistance was crazy. I was journaling about it like wild. And I knew, like you said, Nina, the universe just planted this bug in my head of like, you have to do this. Like something is happening here. Something needs to come out of this.
Mm-hmm.
So the first person I went up to was at that garden, the Luxembourg garden. I went back to it. I was just in love with it. But there was this really pretty girl. And I think she was kind of like taking a selfie of her own. And she was in this gorgeous light. And she had on this like pink, like fur moment. So I go up to her and I'm like, oh my gosh, I love your outfit. I love your look. Can I, like, would you mind if I took a photo of you? And what I started saying was like, I'll send you the photo. Like, if you want to give me your email address or your Instagram,
That's smart.
I would love to share this photo with you when I'm done. And she was a little hesitant. She was like waiting for her friend. She was from China, a little bit of a language barrier. That was the other thing with doing this in Paris was that the language barrier is
like that's
scary.
a crazy thing to do. Like New York is one thing, like language too.
I was like, we couldn't have started this in Atlanta. Like, damn. But no.
Well, now it's going to be easy from here. So there you go.
I sure hope. But she was a little skeptical, but she let me do it. And she was so cute. And then after that, like 10 minutes later, I see this cute mother and daughter. They're playing some little like dice game on the bench at this park. And I took a photo of them from afar. And then I was like, Julien, go up to them right now and go ask them if you can take a photo of them playing their cute little game. So I go up to them and they were Dutch, I think. They were really sweet. immediately they're like, oh my gosh, yes, like absolutely, we would love that.
Aw.
So most people really were into it. I did get 2 no's, which of course, I was like, okay, I'm going to see myself to the nearest cliff,
Yeah.
but I'm fine. It's fine.
Whoa, what were the no's like? Were they just like, no thanks, or were they mean?
So they weren't mean, but there was one at this same garden, and it was an older woman with what looked to be her dad, who was much older, and they were precious. Like the dad's walking with his cane. They're both dressed fabulously. I'm like, wait, maybe they were famous or something. Because
Also, just old people in Europe is like, I
yes,
don't
like,
know if
could you be
that's
more chic?
yes,
Yeah,
it's just
literally.
chic. And like the
Yeah.
background's so picturesque and they're just like charming and they've lived and you can feel it and you're just like, I love you. Like it's just like it's just a feeling of wisdom or something.
Yep. So I loved them, but they did not love me
That's
back.
okay. That's okay.
The woman, she was like confused why I was stopping her and talking to her in the first place. And I'm like trying to speak French to them because I knew they were French. And I'm just like, excusez-moi, like bonjour, like da da da.
So cute,
And
Julie.
she goes, what do you want? But I know that
Ooh.
I
No, I
know she
know, I
didn't.
know.
She didn't mean it in a mean way. It
For
was just
sure.
the language thing. She was like, "What's up? How can I help you?"
There's just
But she
there
goes,
wasn't
"What
an
do you want?"
understanding, like that makes sense. Like the age, the language, what you're
Yeah,
trying to do is very specific. Like she's not understanding like your creative process. Like we can get that one. That makes sense. But I'm
right.
glad to hear most people were into it because it is like I'm just like I'm such a visual person. I'm just visualizing you there doing this and I would love to see the photos.
I know. I want to see them too.
So, oh my gosh, guys. So I did all film and I still haven't gotten them back. I have been checking my email like a crazy person every 5 seconds, but I haven't seen any of them. I'm so stoked. And I
What?
swear if any of them are like
Corrupted?
botched for yes,
I'm
I
knocking on
will
wood.
die.
They're not gonna be.
Oh my gosh, I'm like, I did not put myself through this
Yeah.
intense fear to have this be botched. But no matter what, it was definitely like a fear conquering moment. And I took a lot away from it.
I'm super proud of you, honestly.
Yeah, I mean, it really
Yeah.
is like as a creative, like you just you're constantly just putting your heart in the chopping block, and like you're constantly
Yes.
putting yourself in a position to like be received, even if like you're the most confident person in the world. Which it's like, how can you be when you see so much nuanced? Like when everything is so double sided. Like it's like I almost envy people that have like just the pure, like of course it shows negatively in their lives, but it's like just that pure blind like narcissistic confidence, like that cult leader mentality. I'm like, what
I
what a
know.
peaceful life you live. Like
There
there's
is no shame.
there's no shame, there's no nuance, there's just I'm right and that's it, period. I'm like, huh, interesting.
Blissful delusion.
Blissful.
That would be sick, honestly.
I've never known a moment of peace from the second I gained consciousness.
Literally. You
Oh
can be
my
like, I
God.
know I'm doing all the right things. I still feel like shit.
I'm like, oh God.
It's the creative curse and the empath
is.
curse.
It's
But,
the
you
double
know.
whammy right there. I feel like we all, we can relate to that.
I don't know. Yeah, but I wouldn't have it any other way. Like with such, even the no's are beautiful to me. Like it's just like I can see it in my head like a movie of like you gaining the courage and then getting a yes and being on a high and then getting a no and being like, oh, and it's like a different kind of creative experience to get the rejection and then to then go put yourself back out there and like continue that process. What would you say like you're wrapping up the trip, you're on the plane ride home, like what would you say were like your expectations that I don't know, maybe biggest takeaway is what I'm looking for. But I assume that you went into the trip with expectations and like did those expectations come true for you or come through for you? Or was it like not what you expected and what you got out of it was not what you expected? Or did it align, you know?
I would say it was exactly what I needed it to be. I don't know if I had a ton of expectations. I know I really, really wanted to cross the line on the photography project. And that really became a huge driving force of why I was going. So just crossing that line was a huge success. But I did write this down. in my journal when I got home, I was working on the artist way, and the question, you know how like in the recap every week she asks, like, did you encounter any issues significant to your recovery this week?
Mm-hmm.
And I wrote this down. Hold on, I haven't rehearsed this, so I'm just really about to like
No, rip
put
it away.
my internal
it.
monologue on the line. But
That's
I
what we
wrote
do.
this down because I thought of you guys as soon as I wrote it, and I feel like you'll be able to relate. I said basically talking about pressure and creativity and how letting go sometimes would be really nice. But I put pressure on any endeavor with a camera and a vision involved. And then I said, reframe. I just carry a lot of passion. But how do we live in the sweet spot between passion and pressure? And then I said, this is good stuff for the Waldorf podcast.
Oh my God. I love it. Passion and pressure. That's exactly right. That's what it comes down to. It's like, I told myself too, I was going to stop saying it's exactly right. Nina, in the last episode, I was listening back and I saw all of our clips. I wouldn't stop saying, that's exactly right.
I love it. I felt validated.
It is validating, but
It
it's
is
just
valid.
like,
I love it too.
I know,
No, I know what
but
you're
I gotta
saying.
stop. But passion and pressure, I think it is like very confusing too, because what I hear from that is like the drive versus the expectation. So is the pressure is the expectation for it to be done in a certain time, for it to be done to a certain level, or for it to be a certain output, where really the passion, if more things came from that, you're just doing it to do it from the heart, from the creativity, without like that list of expectations. Even the trip, it's like, is there pressure on going because you need it to look a certain way, or is there just a passion about having a solo trip, celebrating yourself and being in a creative artistic place? And it's like a little bit of pressure is good because it like can drive us to do things that we still feel like you get out a lot out of. But if we could all live more through passion freely, like that would be the goal, right? If I'm interpreting what you're saying, right?
I agree with you.
I posed it as a question because it's like, I don't really know the answer. Like, how do we live in this sweet spot between passion and pressure? I don't know. If anyone knows, please call me.
I think that's what the artist way could be.
I think passion is the present moment of pressure. Like you find passion in the now. It's like the immediate download.
The fire.
It's the fire, right? Pressure comes from like the expectations, the outside, the like pressure is like devoid of presence, but pressure is necessary for growth. Like it's necessary, Caroline, to flip between the two. It's two sides of the same. Like you can have all the passion in the world, but if you're unable to then put yourselves in situations of pressure, of doing, of setting time, like we're only here for such a blimp amount of time. We need pressure to get shit done. Pressure is good. Now, if you're taking pressure to the unhealthy degree of like, then there's like anxiety and tension behind pressure.
You'll lose the passion.
Exactly.
Because it's too much pressure.
Exactly.
Wait, Julien, I think this is like a really incredible question.
Yeah.
Honestly, because it is. That's okay. So if your photography project, if you didn't feel pressure from your own internal system, you wouldn't do it. So you need that part of yourself. Like that part of yourself is helping you take your action, achieving things, getting things done that are bringing you joy. But if you didn't have the passion for photography and the thing that lights you up in the fire, there'd be no pressure in the first place. So I think passion comes first. Or maybe there's no order, but I see the passion as the thing to come home to.
Yeah. It's the present moment. I like that. The passion grounds you, but the pressure is necessary to get to get you to move. Like you can have all the passion in the world and just sit there. Like I can be passionate about a bunch of things, just sit and never move.
Yeah, you need the pressure.
In an extreme. Pressure is necessary.
Pressure
is
comes
good.
from all places too, and that's just something to look out for. Where is the pressure coming from?
Right, and how do you deal with it, I guess? Like the pressure of going up to those people and asking them to take their photo, I dealt with it by drinking 2 cocktails and going forth and doing it.
But it's
did
like
it.
you knew at the end of that would be fueling the passion. So that's why it's like, I always view it as like a
Spiral.
spiral. Like
Staircase.
it's everything spirals up and then spirals down. That's just how I see it in my head. But it just floats between the two. Now,
Totally.
but if
Yeah.
pressure without the passion, I think that's where it's like anxiety ridden, fear ridden. Like you have to have that bigger goal in mind to chase something that's going to be putting you under pressure. And you have to be like, this pressure is worth it. Like, what's the cost of this pressure? Oh, it's my passion. Oh, it's my soul. It's my fuel. It's my drive. Like, duh, then I'll do it. Right.
I love all of this. Yes. And also, it's like I am kind of one of those people that I don't know if this is like a toxic productivity mindset or not, but I appreciate things more when I work my ass off for them. I appreciate things more when
Yeah.
I go through the
Yeah.
pressure and overcome the fears to get
Yeah.
to the other side. Do you know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah.
Like without the pressure, it's not as sweet. I don't think, at least
No,
for
Because you work for it. You've worked
No,
for
yeah.
it.
and to put that into like literal terms, that thing that you have to work for more is of higher value. Like you can't argue that. That's just like fact. If you work for it more, if there's more at stake, it's going to be a higher value good rather than it's just given at you. Low stakes mean nothing, right?
It's
People
very
can
true.
people can pass lie detector tests on low stakes. You won't get in trouble. You're not going to jail. Whatever. You can pass the lie detector test. The second you're like, oh, you could go to jail. This is going to happen. Your family's going to get hurt. The stakes are high. You're not going to pass. You need high stakes.
Way scarier.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, high stakes push you. And like, I think it's also just really beautiful to have something that pushes you to act under pressure because of your passion for it.
Yes.
So,
That's
so
a
I was
sweet
grateful
spot
to,
to find.
yeah. Yeah. But still, my main point behind that whole sentiment that I wrote was like, even with my career and like showing up on wedding days, oh my gosh, we talked about the pressure of those last time. So the pressure there is 10 times greater. And it was just interesting to see it also play out when I'm simply on the streets of Paris, just doing something for myself. So
That is
trying to like find the
interesting.
balance and honestly work towards more balance of the two. Even though we can celebrate each end of the spectrum, we can celebrate the pressure and of course always celebrate the passion. But
Like you have to like understand their roles.
yes,
You know what I mean? Like,
nurture them, but
and then
the
it's like,
pressure could chill sometimes.
Yeah.
exactly.
I
Well,
think in general,
yeah.
we're all under a lot of pressure in a lot of areas. So you do have to monitor that. Even if you're the biggest workaholics in the world are under a lot of pressure and they're getting a lot of value and um self-worth from that. Does that make it right? I don't know. I mean, it's a question to ask. It's like it is just a question. It doesn't mean that there's like a right or wrong answer for anyone. It's just something to think about of like how is that impacting your self-worth, your self-esteem, your health, the people around you. So it's not like this thing, but to sit on the plane, come home and like write that down. Obviously, it's something to like wrestle with and reflect on because it'll probably be an evolving, ever-changing thing for you, but
For
to
all
be
of us.
aware yeah, for all of us, but to be aware of it and have a little bit more say in when you wanna dial up and down is the goal. I think not
Yeah.
being aware of it is the part that's scarier.
Yeah. And it's like, what's your definition of success?
Yeah.
And then insert your the pressure level that you need
Mhm.
according to that. Like,
I love that. I love talking about how to measure success. I was just talking about this with my best friend Eiley. Or who was I? I was talking about this with somebody. Um,
Yeah, it is. It's
it's a
really
very
interesting.
individual thing.
Mhm.
And those are
totally.
and you're like, well, what is my definition of success? Go put yourself in intentional boredom. Go ask yourself some questions. Go reflect. Like, go listen to your own voice. You'll find it. But those like pivotal, foundational, like value-based, character-based things that you will learn about yourself in these moments of taking intentional time with your
Yeah.
own thoughts. And I just think it's
Yeah.
really important.
And it's just like with the whole photography project, I was thinking about, okay, I am successful in this project simply if I do it. Simply
Yes.
if I go talk to
Yes.
the first person.
That's
And if I only get
correct.
one photo, I'm successful because I I overcame the fear and I listened to the voice in my head and I trusted my intuition that this was important to do, even though fear was in my ear telling me, oh, you can just take candids. You can just sneak photos of people and they'll never know and they'll still be so pretty and cool. But no, I was like, it's important to go up and talk to these people and ask them to take their photo and learn something from it and feel the feelings that come with it.
That's a direct example of you being grounded in passion in the pursuit of pressure.
Creating your own pressure.
Yeah, but
Under
like
pressure.
but like you having that voice of talking yourself through pressure rather than it be the fear voice. Like it's a grounding voice. It's a voice of like, hey, we got to do this. Julien, I'm just obsessed. I
could talk for hours.
I know. I love you so much. And I'm so glad that you got this experience. And thank you so, so, so much for coming on here, talking about it, sharing your dark corners and all your fears. That's what we do here. And
I love it. I feel safe here to divulge my whole inner being with you guys. I love you guys. Thanks for having me back.
Thanks for coming. I'm sure you inspired someone to take that solo trip they've been thinking about. I feel it. I feel it through the headphones.
Or anything that you're scared of. Anything that you feel called to do, but that fear is telling you not to.
Yeah,
you can do it.
And it can be as small as like going to, I don't know, I live by the Chattahoochee River, going to the river for an hour on a Saturday and bringing a journal. Like it can be as small as that.
Yes.
Or like going to a coffee shop by yourself or visiting a museum or, you know, getting a paintbrush and some watercolor and like sitting in a park. Or it's cold outside, light a fire in your fireplace, sit in front of that. Like just intentional, like I'm sitting here and I'm doing just with me in my own for a little bit. And we're going to see what happens.
Yep. Right. And the success will lie in simply just listening to the voice inside your head that's telling you to do it. And if you do it, there you go. You're successful.
Sitting with whatever comes up. I love your like highs and a little bit of lows and like everything you shared because it's not, you don't go to sitting in front of the fireplace in silence and just like something magical happens every time. It's just doing the thing is enough. And then the journal is a beautiful way to process, but sometimes just sitting there doesn't need to be anything crazy. It's just like, you know, being. So
you're exactly right.
I love that you shared what you shared because I think that like that, I don't know, I took a lot from that of just like, I admire it and appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Julien.
Thanks for having me. I'm going to show you guys the photos when they're back. Okay.
Yes, we'll share them on Walled Off.
I need, if you're comfortable, I want to see and share for sure.
And to our fellow listeners, that's a wrap on season 1, baby.
Season finale. Congrats, you guys.
Thanks, sister.
Wait, did we do 20 episodes?
20 episodes. This is episode 20, baby.
We'll be back for season 2, but my gosh, I'm proud of us. And I'm so grateful Julien was on 2 of those.
And we will most likely kick off season 2 in the new year. We're taking a break for the rest of December and recentering and getting a whole bunch of ideas together and getting us ready for what's to come. So we have a lot of ideas, people.
Rock on. All right, love you guys.
To see what you guys do.
Thanks, Julien.
Love you. Bye.
You're the best.
Bye, Julien. Bye, C.
Bye.